Happy birthday. Here's your flute. um, so, let me tell you a little bit about it. Let me take the microphone off. All right. Here you go. Really nice purple heart end cap, purple heart mouthpiece, uh, like kind of brownish um, linen bindings all across. These are tone holes down here, so these don't need to get covered with your fingers. First two holes, right hand down on the bottom of the flute, probably ring finger and pointer. And then there's a thumb hole in the back, okay? And then that's number 3. And then there's 4, 5, 6, the top hand, like kind of regular. And there's Kitty Bean. And this I'm going to actually take off when I package it, just because it's fragile. And I'm going to wrap it up separately and in the box, and then you can put it on yourself when you get it. It's a simple, just like, um, the leather's long enough, so like weave it through like the middle of the cat's leg and in the front part of its paw. You'll see like once you undo this, there's a spot for the leather to go, so that like as you can see, it doesn't get in the way of like right here. So as long as it's scooped up as far back as it can on the cat's foot, um, then you'll have perfect clearance right here. And when you look at it, as long as the leather is like, as far back as it can be, so that you can see like the black like wall of the fetish block itself, and like it's not, flopping over it, it won't like act as a hood and like get in the way of the sound and stuff. So the position of the block, there's like like most of the flutes, there's like a little stopper back here with the bamboo and the way that it's cut. So you can push it like all the way back, and that's like optimal position. Like it's just nice and locked back there. So that's fine. And yeah, so I'll just wrap this up separately so that it's it's delicate, and then you can put it on yourself, and then just make sure that once you got it on here that like it's tight. And the climb with this E major um, is really fun. So you can brace, with your pinky down here. Your pinkies can brace. Your thumbs are going to be, your back thumb is a bracer. Your bottom thumb is a playing note. So the way that this works is, this is kind of a unique way that I keyed this one in because the flute wasn't operating like in terms of, I would have like if you wanted this top hole to be in the front, the finger spacings would have been like really stretched, and so it's better and more ergonomic that it's actually in the back. And so it's just kind of like a little personal quirk with this particular flute. Instead of having like 6 holes in the front, it has 5 in the front and a thumb hole in the back. The third thumb hole is kind of, you don't necessarily have to worry, the thumb hole you don't have to worry about too much because it only plays one of the notes, but then you can keep it back down when you want to play and climb up the rest of the flute, which is a really weird thing that happened to it when I was making it. And I was able to just tune these 3 holes so that when the thumb hole is covered, you still get the climb. So if your root note is E4, this thing has crazy back pressure. You're gonna love it in comparison to like the next size down from your F bamboo. This thing is just fantastic. It's a nice stock. Like it's got like a good enough density to it. It's not too thin and it's not too thick, so it vibrates really, really nicely. It's got good volume. This isn't even mic'd right now. Takes a lot of back pressure to make it pop into the upper register, which is really good. So you can be relatively forceful with this flute if you need to be as you're getting accustomed to it. So first hole, kind of equal temperament, no real big difference. Just casual breath, and then so here's the thing. You're going to notice that if you try to climb 1, 2, and then lift your thumb hole 3, and then open 4 to hit the next note in the scale, it's going to get a little squealy and it doesn't sound good. So you got to keep the thumb hole closed when you climb 1, 2, 3, and then go 3 back down, then 4, 5, and 6. You'll get used to it, and it's kind of like you can really just throw in the thumb hole note for when you're either like decrescendoing back down, or if you want to use it in the pass up, that's totally fine. Of course, like whatever melodies and harmonies you come up with. But that's the only quirk with this that you need to doctor into the playing so that you just get used to it. It's kind of backwards, but at the same time, it does provide a really, really cool sort of thumb. Like you can relax your thumb when you know that you don't want to have to open it, because you know that you can still play without your thumb being open. So that's kind of sweet that this piece actually did that. Not all of them do weird things like that. So there's got a cool perk in it because of that. Then the upper register E is all holes closed with the thumb hole closed in the back. Okay, and then you got your, all holes closed, root note, E4, and then top hole open. And then your upper register blows are this and this. So it's just the 2. And you can only whip this one. You don't want to let it go for too much longer. See how it pops and just breaks because all the air leaks out of the instrument. So just squeal it. Just barely lift your finger off of it. And that's your upper register stuff. So So once you get the thumb activated with, the the rest of the fingers, you're gonna find that it might be just really kind of a new way of approaching the scale. Especially, it'll teach some extra dexterity in your hands for what other flute stuff you might be doing in the future. So it's got some nice intermediate, I'd say, lessons to teach in it. So that's mainly the specs of the flute. Remember, just casual. But you can remember, if you do accidentally open the thumb hole while you're climbing up, it will work. But this one in particular will be a little bit more wispy, and you'll feel it. And then these two will still be all right. But if you want to cut out the wispiness of this one, you have to just blow a little bit harder when it's open and the thumb hole is closed. So, lot to digest. Give this video a once over. Again, if you need some random, real quick pointers with the thing, but of course, just grow with it and play it, whatever way that you want to, and explore the sound that it has to offer, because it's great. I hope you record with it and whatnot. I just actually finished creating my a sound healing album for the 7 chakras and stuff, and it's done. I'm just gonna put it on the internet to Bandcamp and Spotify, just so that I can sell it as well as stream it. So that's coming out in the next week or so. I just gotta make a couple bios and promo things and social media stuff. I haven't been very active on social media. I've been kind of not really digging it anymore. But I've been crafting. I've definitely been making lots of stuff. But I'm just hiking and doing stuff with my girlfriend, and just making sure I get out there in nature. And I take my cannabis, I take my mushrooms, I take all the things that I need to keep myself centered and at peace with all the crazy stuff that's going on out there. So I hope you two are doing the same. Congrats on your child, and I really, really glad that I can give you another beautiful, beautiful gift, and enjoy it. It's really fun. I had a great time making it. A lot of good sentimentality in this piece, and yeah, things are cool to a certain extent up here in Portland. I'd imagine relatively similar with what's going down in California. These two states are, I guess, kind of the same in terms of all the mandates and how they're handling everything. So, with all that aside, just trying to vacation and go to the beach and go, hike and camp, and just do as much nature stuff as possible. And, hanging out with friends here and there and whatnot. But, definitely gardening and just making a lot of flutes and hanging out with my girlfriend most of the time. And, riding my bike, of course, still a lot, and cooking a lot. So yeah, I love you both, and take it easy. If you got any questions on the flute, let me know. Happy birthday, and I'll talk to you soon.